What is going on, guys? RazorMiddle here, and welcome to another challenge video here on the channel. Last time out was my first challenge where we were able to navigate our way through Pokemon Shield only using Metronome, and our trio of Clefaibles were able to come in clutch. There's lots of other fantastic challenge videos out there that I recommend, but continuing with my trend of spicing things up, today we will be throwing it back to Generation 3 and seeing if I can beat Pokemon Sapphire as Youngster Joey. Also known as the Youngster Joey challenge in some circles, this challenge will have us play through as the meme lord himself, Youngster Joey, and some of his signature Pokemon. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel grow, so I'd appreciate it a lot. For this challenge, we will be using Youngster Joey's Pokemon Sapphire team, since, you know, we're playing through Pokemon Sapphire, with the option to evolve as we reach the necessary levels. Youngster Joey's Sapphire team is a Zigzagoon and a Machop, and since I'm recording this on an emulator, I can't evolve Machoke into Machamp, but this is a challenge, and who doesn't love watching me struggle? I should also add that since the Hoenn region is so reliant on HMs, I will have some Pokemon on my team to help me navigate through the game, but I can't use them in battle whatsoever. Zigzagoon's base stat is 240 with decent speed, while Inoon's base stat is 420 with even better speed. Machop's base stat is a solid 305 with great HP and attack, and Machoke's base stat is 405 with decently well-rounded stats minus special attack and speed. Now let's cover the rules real quickly. I can only use Pokemon owned by Youngster Joey in Sapphire, evolutions included as just discussed. Our HM dummies can't be used in battle whatsoever, only for their services to help navigate through the game. I also can't use any items in battle, only held items. And lastly, no hacking or glitches are allowed to give me any advantages. It should be worth noting though that since this is played on an emulator, I do have the option to speed up the game to move faster, but that's more of a quality of life improvement than anything. Now with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. It's a beautiful day in Hoenn, but we wouldn't really know that since our parents shoved us in the back of a truck moving to our new house. Because of the character limit, we can't even spell Youngster without it getting cut up, so we're just gonna go with the nickname YJ. Inside the new house, we set our clock like it's 2003 and find out that the region's professor lives next door. We barge into his house, and for some reason, this is the only house in the Pokemon universe where someone actually questions you when you walk into a stranger's house. We meet his daughter May, who's officially our new rival, then head outside where Professor Birch is being chased down by a Poochyena. Since I lack any sort of knowledge of hacking, I pick a treat code to use until I get Pokeballs and catch a Zigzagoon here on Route 101. We first have to do a quick little battle with May where we mop the floor with her Torchic, then head back to Little Root to get our Pokedex and be on our merry way. Here on Route 101, I catch a Zigzagoon and nickname it Leave a Like, which you should totally do, and since it's our lucky charm for these challenges. Through Odale Town and over to Route 102, we battle our way through some trainers, taking the opportunity to level up Leave a Like for our future first gym battle. At the end of the day, the bug catchers and youngsters had no chance for Youngster Joey, and we arrive in PETALBURG City. As we were instructed, we make our way to the gym, not to battle, but to say hello to our long-lost father who for some reason decided to move his family to a town not located in the same city as his gym. Did I mention they also shoved me in the back of a moving truck? 10 out of 10 parenting all around here, people. You'll love to see it. Anywho, Wally, a little sickly boy, is a local resident and starting his journey as well. We teach him how to catch a Pokemon, and wouldn't you know, he catches himself a cute little Ralts. It's then we part ways with our new friend Wally and receive instructions from our dad to head over to Rustboro City for our first gym battle. Although I'd love to hang out on the beach outside Petalburg, we embark on our journey through Petalburg Woods and encounter a man being chased down by some evil thugs. Instead of protecting himself, he hides behind us and makes us protect him. Real cute dude, throwing us to the wolves like that. Shaking my head. We engage in battle and learn that this evil dude is a part of Team AQUA, a group of hooligans running amok on the Hoenn region. We make quick work of his Poochyena and receive a great ball as a reward from the man we protected. In Rustboro City now, we do some training, getting Leave a Like to a formidable level 20 where she evolves into Linoon. Although we're at a major disadvantage having only normal type moves, I think we're strong enough to take on Roxanne. Actually, never mind, because our Geodude knocks us out by spamming Rock Tomb. I do some training and we enter the Twilight Zone as we battle against ourselves. That's right, it's Youngster Joey versus Youngster Joey time. Who is the superior youngster? Spoiler alert, it's obviously us. Back at the gym for a rematch now, we lead off with a Headbutt Frenzy, which is temporarily stopped courtesy of Roxanne using a potion, but we eventually land a critical hit and finish off the Geodude with no damage. Now time for her Nose Pass, and thanks to how overleveled we are able to withstand its attacks. Leave a Like keeps going with multiple tackles, and we pick up the victory. Roxanne gives us TM39 and a very fancy gym badge, and we head on our way. Some hoopla is going on outside the gym, and the dude we saved earlier is once again being harassed by Team AQUA. Apparently he had something called the Devon Goods stolen and needs our help getting them back. We make our way to the Rust Turf Tunnel where an old man got his Pokemon stolen by the Team AQUA dude. Inside the cave, we give the grunt a beatdown and rescue Pico the Windgull for the old man. As a reward, the old man promised us to take us on his boat to travel across the Hoenn Ocean. We return the goods to the man and get introduced to Mr. Stone, the president of the Devon Corporation. As a reward for our services, he gives us a new device called the Pokenav, which has a bunch of cool gizmos and gadgets on it. He also wants us to deliver a letter to someone in Dewford. So basically, as a reward for saving this person, we become a product spokesperson for this dude's company and are forced to run errands. Dang, if only I had just left the dude to fend for himself. Over at the old man's house outside PETALBURG City, we hop on his boat and head to Dewford. Since we're right there, I decided I might as well just go battle at the gym, so I head on in. We beat up on one trainer, but to be honest, I've played this game so many times, I know how to navigate through this gym without having to battle anyone or need HM Flash. Up against Brawley, the Dewford gym leader, once again we are at a type disadvantage against his fighting types. He leads with Machop, and I send out Level-like to hit Tackle, followed by Headbutt to knock it out. Then he sends out Makuhita, and oop, I knock it out with one hit. Well, I guess it really wasn't a disadvantage because that only took 3 turns to beat him. We get the gym badge and some money and head out on our way. Still in Dewford, we make our way over to Granite Cave where the guy we're supposed to give the letter to is at. Truthfully, I didn't bother getting HM Flash, so I just wandered the cave until I found my way. Finally, back in the light, we find the guy and hand him the letter. His name is Steven, and he gives us TM47 Steelwing for giving him the letter. Now back to the old man, he takes us to Slateport City next, where we go to give the Devon goods to Captain Sturt's helper dude, but he tells us he's at the museum. When we head over there though, Team Aqua has taken control of the building, and we fight off 2 grunts to protect Captain Stern. Then we meet Team Aqua's leader, Archie, and he basically tells us to screw off in the nicest way possible for a 10-year-old. But as that same 10-year-old, I shall disobey everything he just said for the giggles of it. Anywho, we give Captain Stern the Devon goods, and it's now off to Route 110, the most trumpet-filled location that has ever existed. Route 110 is also home to the infamous rival battle with May, which is notorious for its difficulty. Seriously, this is easily in the top 5 hardest battles simply because of how poorly timed and inconvenient it is during the story. The battle begins and she sends out her Whalmer, which gets O-code with a critical hit Headbutt. Then with the luck of Lord Helix, we're able to withstand her Combusken's fighting move since Headbutt made it flinch. Then with a tackle, out goes Combusken. Lastly, it's our Shroomish, who paralyzes us and starts using Mega Drain, but it's no match for us as we eventually knock it out with minimal damage taken on our end. Here in Mauville, Wally and his uncle are having a Jerry Springer argument out in the open for everyone to see, and like the nosy person we are, we go butt in. Wally challenges us to a battle to prove to his uncle he's strong, but well, we kind of destroy him with 1 hit, so he's unable to prove it. Then after all that, they head off to what we can only presume to be an awkward conversation at the dinner table tonight. Over at the Mauville gym, I mop the competition and talk to Watson, the gym leader. We begin our battle, and I'm leveled up at a respectable level 28, where he leads off with a Magnemite. Let's just say the battle wasn't great, and he beat me. Then he beat me again, one more time, once again, and one more time after that, and then the final battle began. My now level 32 trusty partner leads off against Watson's Magnemite, and we flinch it with a headbutt, then knock it out with 1 more with no damage to us. We then one-shot his Voltorb like a boss, and now the real challenge is here. We do about 1/3 of damage to his Magneton before it paralyzes us, but aha, no sir. I've come prepared, and my Cherry Berry held item heals Level-like up. The next turn rolls around, and I headbutt it to do another 1/3 of damage, but we get paralyzed for real this time. At this point, I've gotten destroyed by Watson so many times, I'm testing out a new strategy, knowing he'll use a potion, and I decide to use Tail Whip. I do this for 3 turns, one of which failed due to paralysis, and I'm left hanging on in the low yellow. With Lord Helix by my side though, Magneton's Sonic Boom misses, and my headbutt finishes it off once and for all as we claim our 3rd gym badge. Here in Mauville still, and I pick up the HM for Rock Smash, and grab an extra Zigzagoon from the nearby route to use it on because I don't want to waste one of Level-like's move slots. But before we smash some rocks, I head to the Windstraight house to take on their family challenge. With ease, I beat all 4 of the family members without taking 1 bit of damage. Now up to Route 111 and over to Route 112, I finally get access to catching the 2nd and final team member of the Youngster Joey squad, Machop. I nickname it Subscribe once again to be our lucky charm for this challenge, giving us the duo of leave a like and subscribe, which you should totally do. We then immediately level up and evolve Subscribe, so he's on par with leave a like, and we travel all the way through volcano explosions and all to Fall Arbor Town. Then making our way through Fall Arbor Town and over to Meteor Falls, we encounter Team Aqua again doing some shady stuff, only for a group of hoodlums to appear, coincidentally named Team Magma. Maxie, the leader of Team Magma, runs them off and introduces himself to us. And I don't know man, something about him in all red looking like the devil himself isn't sitting right with me. Are we sure these guys are not evil too? Long travels back through Fall Arbor and up through Route 113 heading to Mount Chimney, where we finally encounter Team Aqua and Team Magma beefing on top of a volcano. Luckily no one gets pushed into the lava, and even more luckily Archie gets riggedy wrecked by leave a like and subscribe with ease. Now down the volcano to LAVARIDGE Town, we make our way to the gym for gym battle number 4. This battle is sure to get spicy as Flannery the fire type gym leader welcomes us, and then the battle gets underway. Flannery leads with Slugma while we send out Subscribe, who karate chops this pile of gook out of the battle. Next is yet another Slugma, and one Revenge KOs it, but we are damaged with a flamethrower in return. Outlast is our Torkoal, who lands a nasty overheat on Subscribe, knocking it out and tying up the battle to one-on-one on both sides. With the effects of overheat though, Flannery's Torkoal's special attack gets weaker and weaker, which is good for us as we use Tackle and then Headbutt to get it down to yellow. A body slam from Torkoal leaves Leela paralyzed, but it's no problem as one Headbutt finishes off Flannery's team to secure the win. Our BFF May is outside the gym and suggests to us that we go battle our dad back at the PETALBURG City gym, but I see a nice hot springs by the Pokemon Center and decide to go check things out. Mom? Can you come pick me up? Back in PETALBURG now, we take on the 5th gym battle against our dad. Norman leads with Slacking, the strongest non-legendary, non-mega, non-mythical Pokemon in the entire Pokemon universe. Oh, and he has 2 of them. How lovely. Subscribe utilizes his super effective fighting moves, but Slacking is very beefy and lands a Facade, halving our health before its ability Truant kicks in, forcing it to love around for 1 turn. I can't, however, hang on, and Subscribe gets knocked out by Facade. When Leafalike comes out, however, one Headbutt finishes off the first Slacking, but Norman sends out his second one. This Slacking strategy is trying to use Focus Punch, and I catch on to that very early. So for every turn that he attacks, I attack back to break the focus, but when he's loafing around, I use Tail Whip to lower its defenses. This strategy works wonderfully, might I say so myself, and Slacking is destroyed without a single bit of damage to Leafalike. His last Pokemon is Vigoroth, where I notice right away Headbutt isn't able to do the damage to win the battle here. I use the Tail Whip strategy again, but this time I'm open to attack, so I do get damaged a tad. But in the end, once the defenses are down, Headbutt gives us the win as predicted. We receive the Balance Badge and head on out, officially the strongest person in our household. Just don't ask me to pay the bills though, because I'm still only 10. Outside the gym, we go next door and receive the HM for Surf, so we can travel across the sea outside Mauville. I teach Leafalike Surf to add some more typing diversity to his move pool, then we head out through the rainy weather to the Weather Institute. Here Team Aqua has started a hostage situation, and we plow our way through the grunt so we can go upstairs and we can destroy Team Aqua admin Shelly. With barely any HP left, Subscribe is able to knock out her Carvana and Mightyena, and we help the Weather Institute get back to normal. Then outside the Weather Institute, we have a quick rival battle where May's Combustion pecks Subscribe, fainting it. But Leafalike comes in and finishes off the rest of her squad even while poisoned. Here in FORTREE now, my favorite city in all of Pokemon and the inspiration for my community's name, the FORTREE Friendos, we travel up and around the trees and over to outside the city where Steven is there to test out a new Devoncourt product. After we beat up on Kecleon, we head back to the city and over to the gym. I struggle my way through the gym puzzle and head over to Winona for battle. I lead with Leafalike because Subscribe is obviously weak against our flying type Pokemon. But for real though, this battle is a whole lot of struggle and we get absolutely destroyed and only knock out one of her Pokemon. It's at this point I realize Winona's gym is going to be the hardest of any gym we have left, so I just decided to proceed with the story and come back later when I'm stronger. Yep, fun fact about these games is that you can completely skip the 6th gym up until you need to enter the Elite Four, so that's what I'm gonna do. I used to do this all the time as a kid because Winona always destroyed my team every playthrough. We head up to Mount Pyre down past Route 121 and over to Route 122 and rescue some old people from Team Aqua where Archie steals the red orb to summon the legendary Pokemon and we take the blue orb so we can fight back. Now in the beautiful Lily Cove City, we take on May once more where her Swellow, Combuskin, Wailmer, and Shroomish are all riggedy wrecked by Leafalike. We then head outside to the Team Aqua base where our entrance is blocked, but they do give us a little hint that something's about to go down in Slateport City. In Slateport, Captain Cern is having a press conference, but then his brand new beautiful shiny submarine gets hijacked, ending this press conference on quite the sour note. You hate to see it, people, you really hate to see it. The submarine is now docked outside Lily Cove, sending us all the way back to the place we were just at 2 seconds ago. For some reason, the guards are now gone, leaving a nice plot hole in the pacing of the story, but oh well, we sneak around the hideout to stop all the commotion. In the hideout, we actually find a Master Ball, which seems like a weird item to just leave lying around, but finders keepers, am I right? At the end of all the warp tunnels, we beat Team Aqua admin Map, but they get away again with the submarine. Surfing over to Moss Deep now, we head over to the gym, fly across some warp panels and get all dizzy, battle some trainers inside the gym, and finally meet the 2 gym leaders. Yep, this battle is a double battle against gym leaders Tate and Liza. The battle starts and Surf does little to no damage on both, and Lunatone and Solrock tag team poor little Subscribe who gets 2 psychics and faints. Nothing gets better when the next turn is a 2-on-1 fight and Leafalike gets washed too. After some healing up, we're back for a rematch, and for some stupid reason they decide not to use the super effective attack on Subscribe and instead direct their attention towards Leafalike. That's okay though, because these idiot twins get their Lunatone swamped by Surf and their Solrock is left barely hanging on, giving us a 2-on-1 fight. Then Solrock is knocked out real quick and we get another gym badge. We get HM Dive next towards Steven's house, then swim under the ocean and eventually find the submarine stolen by Team Aqua. Inside the cave, we do a bunch of head-smashingly annoying puzzles that make me want to rip my hair out, but we get to Archie eventually and battle him. After we beat him, he summons Kyogre, and guess what? The big evil Pokemon does something big and evil, leaving the big and evil Team Aqua leader baffled that something big and evil happened. Did you all follow that? Outside there's a frickin' typhoon or some crap happening now because Kyogre got summoned, and we go to SOOTOPOLIS City to try and stop this madness once and for all. In SOOTOPOLIS we meet with the town's gym leader Wallace and our buddy Steven to go into the Cave of Origin to confront Kyogre. In the cave we find the HM for Waterfall and then find Kyogre chilling in some water where we put the blue orb in front of him and then he attacks us. Considering this is played on an emulator, I have no use for this Master Ball, so I yeet it and catch Kyogre just like that. Outside literally no one is around to congratulate me for single-handedly saving the entire world, but whatever. Now in the SOOTOPOLIS gym we tiptoe around an icy puzzle and head up to Wallace. The battle begins, but psych because we lost real quick, so how fun is that? Rematch time now, and Levelike knocks out Luvdisc and Wishcash, but not without taking a bit of damage on our end. Then Subscribe lands a super effective cross shot, but is damaged badly himself as well. Subscribe is no match for Wallace's Seeking, who has the health advantage, but Levelike comes out and picks up the pieces, leaving us with a one-on-one finale. Wallace's Milotic gets flinched by Headbutt, then a critical hit finishes it off with only 2 turns, making us one step closer to the Pokemon League. Back in FORTREE, as promised, we go back to the 6th gym, which is now the 8th gym for us, and we battle Winona, the Flying type Master. With the big level advantage here, we send out Levelike against her Swellow, and we one-shot it with Slash. Pelipper spams Protect, but we're able to get the job done. Then with her Skarmory, 2 Surfs finish it off, and 2 Slashes yeet Altaria all the way to the Pokemon Center. With that, we have our 8th and final gym badge, and now have access to the Pokemon League. We travel to Evergrande City and go into Victory Road, where we navigate through land, water, darkness, and a whole lot of mess before eventually meeting up with Wally at the very end of the cave. With my Pokemon super high level now, his Altaria is beefy, but we feign it eventually. Then, Wally's Delcatty, Magneton, and Roselia all fall, but we do get poisoned pretty badly. But with one lucky move, we one-shot his Gardevoir and crush Wally's poor little dreams once again. Now finally at the Pokemon League, Levelike and Subscribe are extremely high leveled, which was a measure I took as a precaution for the lack of move diversity we have between the two. Up first is Sydney, the Dark type Master, and he leads with Mightyena, and we go with Subscribe. With our super effective advantage here, we knock out Mightyena, Shiftry, Absol, and Cacturne all in one hit. Up last is his Sharpedo, who has the Rough Skin ability and confuses us, but we eventually one-shot it, giving us the win. Next up is Phoebe, the Ghost type Master, and this battle is definitely going to be tricky for us because we only have 3 moves between our 2 Pokemon that can actually do damage. Earthquake knocks her Dusclops down to yellow, and it uses Curse, knocking itself out. We change for Levelike, who shockwaves her Sableye and 2 Bayonets, but we're poisoned in the process. Up last is another Dusclops, and we do a good bit of damage, but the poison and attacks from her Pokemon comes back to bite us, and she faints. Subscribe picks up the pieces with 1 Earthquake, and we are able to pick up the win. Up third is Glacia, the Ice type Master, who leads with Glalie. I spam my fighting moves on our 2 Glalies and 2 Celios before she sends out her Walrein up last. The Hail almost faints us, but 1 Cross Chop knocks out the Walrein for the win. The final Elite Four member is Drake, the Dragon type Master, whose Shelgon goes up against Levelike to start things off. Shelgon is easily fainted, as is Altaria with a critical hit, and then we come up against his Flygon. He sets up a Sandstorm trap, but 2 Surfs knock out his first Flygon, and 2 Slashes knock out the other Flygon he has. Up last is his Salamence, where we spam Slash to the point where he's barely hanging on with red health. We eventually knock out the Salamence and pick up the victory. With the Elite Four all defeated, it's champion time, and we enter the champion chamber to meet none other than Steven himself. Steven's Skarmory sets up a Spikes trap, but 2 Shockwaves knock it out. His Armaldo gets us all the way down to yellow health, and Surf is running incredibly low on PP, which is our worst nightmare to be honest here. His Claydol won't frickin' faint, and Surf runs down to 1 HP left, and we're in red health. We use the last Surf on his Agra and one-shot it with some luck, but his Cradily finishes off Levelike, putting us in a tricky situation. Subscribe is confused, but is able to cross-chop Cradily out of battle. Up last is his Metagross, who we get great damage on with Earthquake, but he knocks out a ton of our HP with Psychic. It all comes down to 1 more Earthquake from Subscribe, and we beat Steven and his Metagross, becoming the Hoenn champion and beating the game. This challenge was definitely an anxiety roller coaster, but was a ton of fun to complete. If this doesn't prove that Youngster Joey is the strongest trainer of all time, then I don't know what will. If you want to try this challenge the way I did, without evolving Pokemon or any other unique twists, definitely let me know and I'd love to check it out. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video. Definitely let me know your thoughts on this challenge video, share with a friend, and all that fun stuff. In honor of our champions, leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you later, for alligators.